1967 Austin Mini Cooper. So you can see it's finished in tartan red with the black contrasting roof. Has been tastefully upgraded, so it's got what you call Group 2 wheel arch extensions and the mesh light covers, 4 rally style lamps, the 10-inch mini lights, which do look like they're period correct ones, but we'll check the numbers and things on them, and then obviously reversing lamps. Other than that, it's pretty much an original Cooper in that we've got things like its original brocade interior, correct headlining, the sills, and we'll show you them in a second, look to be the original 4-vent sills, and there's a whole load of clues that are letting us think that this is the original body shell. It has been restored at some point. We've got a heritage certificate with it. Things like the engine numbers and stuff all match. Obviously 998cc, 1.25" twin carbs, all that sort of stuff. But if we start by having a look at the bodywork, if we start on this front driver's quarter, if we see this seam down here, it's all lovely and clean all the way around there. The arch itself's nice and tidy. All this trim's nice and straight. Quite often these sort of buckle and get bent. Like I say, 10-inch mini lights on them, but they are British made, proper mini lights. They're not reps or anything like that. And obviously best wheel for Cooper. This seam still has its cover on it correctly. And you can see along here, all this is lovely and clean. Around the bottom of the windows is nice. All the way along. We'll check the other side as we go around. All the window seals are good. All around the guttering is correct and lovely and clean all the way back. Going on to this driver's door, around the hinges is nice. You've got a couple of little sort of scratches in the paint there from use. But from what I understand, it was restored sort of 10-15 years ago. So it's obviously been a very good quality restoration, but it's going to show the odd little mark here and there. For me, it just means you can get out and use the thing. Driver's door, lovely and clean all the way along. If we tilt the camera to the side, you can see it's straight all the way back. On the sills, we've got no oversills or anything, but we do have the correct vents and everything in it. Lovely and clean all the way back. We're getting that sort of subframe mount and everything, that's all nice in there. Another good wheel and tyre. I'm going to have a good look up this seam again. It's got the seam cover on it, but it's all lovely and straight all the way down. Been a proper job putting that back on. Pop-out windows, obviously, all nice and correct around there. This rear quarter is lovely and clean. Round onto the back. Around the hinges on both sides are lovely. See the correct lift-out plate, which behind there is all really clean. Quite often they get bashed a bit. Badging's all nice. All the chrome work's nice. Like I say, correct. Markings and everything on all these little upgrades. They've not been sort of cheap Chinese one. That's a proper Lucas lamp, proper logos. Same with the wheels, same with everything else. Round the window on the back is lovely all the way around. All the seals are nice. They're soft. They're not dried out or cracked or anything. We have a look under the back there. And again, this lower valance, nice and clean all the way along. Underneath the car is gorgeous. Really nice and clean. He has used it, but he's looked after it properly. It's not been hammered down dirt roads and left filthy or anything like that. Round onto this side, around the filler cap's good. Or even the chrome around the lights, that's not pitted or scored or anything like that. Have another look in there. Another good wheel and tyre. Again, around this rear window, that's nice as well. If you look down this side, panel gaps are really good. Oh, sorry, really good for a Mini anyway. But the rear quarter, no ripples or dents. The door, no ripples or dents. The sills are really good. They've got a little bit of dirt on there, but we will clean that off. It's got the right number of vents and all that sort of stuff in it. Slide windows on the front, obviously on a Mark 2. Down this seam again, lovely and clean. Around those hinges is good. Have another good look under there. Bit of mud, bit of dried dirt here and there, but really nice and clean and tidy as far as corrosion and things go. This seam here, get the camera right in there, you can see, lovely and straight, not filled with filler or anything like that. All nice and clean. The bonnet is lovely. All the badging is nice, all the chrome, even the grille doesn't have a dent in it, which normally looks a bit like a golf ball. Front chrome bumper is lovely and clean. We do have a crack in the glass of one of the lamps, you can just see that. The rest of them are great. Obviously these just lift off if you want to remove them, they're easy enough to take off. Have a look on the interior. Again, it's got so red and gold brocade, which was the original factory interior. Got the heritage certificate, matching numbers, all that sort of stuff. But the painted part of the door is lovely. The brocade trim on the inside is nice. The sliders and the seams and everything are good. Door shuts are lovely and clean. The carpet set is nice and red. It's not faded or anything like that. Now the back seats are lovely, and we have had, well, the owners had this box installed. There's a specialist audio company in the Northeast. They've put a sound system behind there and hidden it behind the box, so you can't actually tell. The only thing you can really see is it's got this sort of retro looking stereo, but that's Bluetooth with some proper sound to back it up, so you can't really tell. It hasn't spoiled the car, but you've got a sound system, so it's kind of cool. And again, like I say, all the door cards and everything are lovely. They fit nice. Original headlining by the looks of things. Again, it's got a little bit of a peel in the corner there, but other than that, it's nice. Looks dirty on the camera, but that is just shadows and light. It's got this sort of, again, period correct motor liter steering wheel, which is in lovely condition. A couple of aftermarket bits. It has had a rev counter fitted, but again, it's not been put into the 3 o'clock binnacle or anything like that. You can just remove that quite easily. Same goes for that stereo. It'd be easy enough to take it out if you wanted to. 92,000 miles on it. If you check the description, we'll list what we know about where it's been, what it's done, all that sort of stuff. So I've taken those out. You've got a service manual and some spare sound deadening parts and a toolkit. The reason I've taken it out is I wanted to show you a couple of things in the boot. So to know a true Cooper, you want to lift this floor shelf up, and you check that you've got these 3 at the front and the 2 brackets at the back, which this has. And they're riveted in the right place and they're welded in the right place to let us believe that's correct. Again, another thing that leads us to believe it's the original shell. Battery cover's still there, and the floor in there is lovely, as you'd expect. Under the wheels nice and all that sort of stuff. And more importantly, this board is still here. Normally these go walkabouts, and it sits right and correct. And again, a few things on Minis that lead you to give to the age. So for example, if you look at that boot clasp, last 2 numbers tell you the year, 67. See, the car is a 67, so that's a good sign. The tank's lovely as well while we're in there. But there's lots of little telltale signs all the way around that. Door, the sills, the floor. You also look at, we're going to be a little bit nerdy here, the lump in the floor. That's what you're looking for, the lump in the transmission tunnel. So quite often when they get reshelled, they don't use a Cooper shell. That lump's not there, it's been cut out, and it's a bit of a mess. So a correct Cooper should have that in that way. Have to excuse the dodgy camera away for a second. We'll get this bonnet up. So we get in here, there's a few more date stamp things, so if you're sad like me, that excites you a little bit. Wiper motor with 67 on it, so it's the original wiper motor, or at least the same year wiper motor. Engine numbers perfectly visible, matching the ones on the heritage certificate. Inner wings and everything, lovely and clean. Even still got the sound deadening in there. That sort of normally goes AWOL as well. All these plaques and everything, all nice and visible. A little bit of a mark here from the clasp on the bonnet. Other than that, lovely and clean. Correct colours on the engine block. All the stickers and everything, lovely and visible. 1.25 carbs. I have driven it down the road. It's a cracking fun little thing. Get it started up there. See the oil pressure straight up. Nothing getting chucked out the back. Like I say, I have driven it. It does drive great. Lovely little car. Still on hydroelastic as well, which is nice. So there you have it, 1967 Austin Mini Cooper, tartan red, all the boxes ticked. If you've got any more inquiries, please get in touch. You are welcome to come and view the car any day here between now and the auction. Or if you can't get to us, we can do a video call, or we can send you more photos or videos or whatever you need. Just let us know, we're happy to help. Thank you.